and a thief, or a fighter red mage, and 2 black mages from Bert. Would not be surprised if on Bert's side one of those black mages kisses Dirt before too long. Over at the white magic, Fear, Heal 3. Heal 3 is about the only thing I saw worthwhile. And Quad X. Quad X and Zap. I mean, I'll take Zap for the AoE, I'll take Quad X, what I can do right now. That's not super great, though.
Yeah, I can tell.
It's interesting. See everyone in chat's questioning what Crabcakes is doing with just 2 mages. It's Crabcakes. I'm sure she'll be fine. Just fine. Cabin's only for 71. That's not too terrible. You can pick up a couple, get yourself a save right outside of Temple of Fiends. Useful. So the question right now, of course, is they're going to head over to Garland. They're going to see, maybe, if there's anything worthwhile over at Temple of Fiends. Something useful for them, especially in the case of Crabcake. She probably wants some AoE something rather that she can use. Then, of course, killing Garland's going to get you access to Sarah and the King, and 2 key items right there, since they haven't checked the King already. And then they're going to be hoping it's something good that gets them access to more of the world.
My thought is that, depending on how well Garland responds to these racers, is going to be quite interesting.
Well, the Quad X is nice for Crabcakes at least, though, because as long as she has 1 charge, she should be able to take out Garland with that. Garland probably won't have over 300 health, but you never know. And if he does, oof, that's not so nice. Maybe a Zap will do the trick at that point.
Yeah.
It will be spicy to see, and I like it. Oh, the black shirt. That is actually exactly what she needed right there. That is perfect. Clutch black shirt. Black shirt, for those that don't know, is a Black Mage wearable item once they actually upgrade to the Black Wizard, but it also casts Ice 2 when used as an item. So that AoE that they were lacking, suddenly they now have it. And you can see the White Mage already brought it out. 130 damage, Garland is down, Garland had nothing. King, meanwhile, has the Chime. Sarah has the Ruby. That really doesn't help us out at all right now when we don't have access to anything by sea. Unless...
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we have a free ship. Helps if I check the flags. Okay, so that Ruby can actually turn into something if they want to do a turn-in. That'll get them access to Sarda. I don't believe Titan's Tunnel is on, though, for a key item location. Checking. Oh, it is! Hey, there's 2 key items there. Look at that. Wow, Ruby's useful today. Nice early Ruby. Oh, as Life Reboot reminds us, though, still need the canal. Womp womp. Hopefully Vicky has that.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
So Aelmarkin's already making his way around the world, checking out a bunch of stuff that he has access to. Meanwhile, Crabcakes is over at Provoca, checking the spells. Life is nice to see. You can get down the fighter later once you upgrade them to a knight, if you do the upgrade. Warp and Lit 2, and Quake. A little more of that instant death AoE, but really the Lit 2 is probably the best source right there. Still, not great magic so far.
Well, it's a pretty decent spell to have at Mo.
It is, and I mean, it's essential for her if she ever finds a Ruby. With only 2 players, or 2 characters in her party, a Ruby is more than, a Ribbon is more than likely going to happen. Is that black shirt doing work again? Yeah, pirates!
It's taking each and every one of them 1 shot to hit.
Well, the pirates in the default game only had like 3 health, so yeah. There's that canoe, which I see Ale hasn't gotten yet, even though he's been doing a nice little explore around the world.
You know, all Crabcakes needs to do is find the floater, and she's got her.
Yeah, that canoe would be good if she can get the floater. Canal would be good, get her over to the Ruby area. 2 key items there could lead to the floater. A lot of options on the table for her right now.
Yep.
So everyone's doing their little congregate over to Provoca. Meanwhile, it looks like we've lost Elastoid for a second there. I'm going to see if maybe something happened. Oh, I think he may have had a disconnect on his internet. Hopefully he'll be back with us before too long.
Yeah, it it does stink having bad connection sometimes. Most.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. I'm sure we'll get him back, though. Hopefully it wasn't a full power outage. We will find out as soon as we can. Crabcake's going up, checking the Matoya area.
Oh, we got MG Virgo saying, let's see those ding in chat.
Dingwu, one of our players and race lead, he loves his weird strats. It can be fun sometimes to watch. Crabcake's getting the business from these packs. Trying to get through it.
Heading to Matoya's cave, see what's in the treasures.
Mm-hmm. So right now with that ship and the items they have found so far, they have 4 key items, which will give them a nice little 20% bonus experience for them, because they're at 2 times experience plus 100 per enemy, and then plus 5% per key item. Ship gets included in that, so that's another 20% for them right now. Their experience is slowly going to start ticking up nicely. Probably not worth it yet to take some of these early packs too much, get a little experience on top, and then let it ride until you get something better. But that's going to be a factor for them, is how much experience they're going to be getting. And bear in mind, for Crabcake, since she only has 2 players, that's twice the experience. The experience is always split among how many players you have. Getting over to Dwarf Cave, checking these 2 treasures. Money and a cabin. Not worth it. Crabcakes is continuing to sail. So right now with what's on the table, we've got an ice cave that's in play for another key item. And then Crescent Lake, because they have the canoe, could lead to another key item. And maybe one of the places with the shop could potentially have a key item in it as well, if the key item is for sale there. We will just have to see. Ooh, unfortunately, Crabcake's white mage is down, having to man mode this with just her black mage.
Ouch. One shot by a Hydra, that hurt.
They can be pretty beefy when they hit, and the black mages are basically paper thin this early in the game. Honestly, black mages are paper thin any time in the game.
That's true.
Poison touched by a troll, gonna try and get past it. Ineffective, too much health. Have to move on. Quad X is a spell that's basically Power Word Death, if you were to translate this to D&D, which Final Fantasy is basically a D&D mod, just unofficially. Power Word Death will kill any monster that they go up against, as long as it has 300 or less health. That troll
apparently now Crescent Lake has loot for sale for like 65.
That's nice to know. Loot is not essential to their progress, but it gets that key item location out of the way. Don't have to check any of the other shops for a key item now. And it allows them to know where the loot is, so long term when they're ready to go to Temple of Fiends, they will be able to get that. Gets a TNT from the Old Men. That is yet another key item turn-in they can do around this Circle C right here. Crabcake's now checking the monsters to see what else is available so she can get a little more experience, a little more gold. Giants go down to 1 Quad X, that's nice. Giants are worth decent money and experience.
Yeah.
Apparently that was a max price loot. Those loots, I mean, it's an antique loot. It's been handed down for generations, guys. Of course it's expensive. Fender Stratocaster loot. Or Les Paul, as Gregley Puff says in chat. Got people over at Elfland checking that out. I missed what the black magic was. We're gonna be able to see the white magic.
Basically, the level 3 has ice 2.
That's nice, but
oh,
I mean, with the black shirt, it's not even that essential. Life 2, though, at the white magic shop for level 3, that is very pretty.
Yeah, sadly, the red mage can learn life.
Yeah, it was in the second slot, which I think means it's going to be locked out to them for the entirety of this game. Sorry, red mages. Crabcakes, though, with her white mage, is going to be just fine with it.
Very true, indeed.
Yep, that was max price. That is an expensive loot. Woo! Stradivarius loot. Hearing reports that Nuke might be floating around. We will double check that as soon as I can see one of the shops again. Because we got people in 2 different locations. Could be at Crescent Lake, could be at Elfland. I missed it, but we will find out. See both silver and copper bracelets over at the Crescent Lake shop. Silvers are nice to have. Honestly, for 800 bucks, they're stupidly cheap. But fight a couple giants, get those bracelets for you. Crabcakes, though, Shun and Elfland moving on. Think she might try and do her TNT turn-in and see if that gets her the canal so she can do more turn-ins. Black Shirt doing work.
We got Gregory Puff saying we got a Blastoise back. On to the question is Sprite.
Yes, the Sprite... Oh no, we just lost a Blastoise again for a second. I think that was a shutdown, though, because I see his controller. A Blastoise... Nope. Move. Blastoise, no, come back. A Blastoise, when he is here, is using a specialty sprite set that he designed. It's NES versions of Final Fantasy IV and Final Fantasy VI characters. He's running a fighter rainbow, if you're curious, with the Dark Knight Cecil being the fighter. So yeah, I think the rest of those guys you can probably figure out because their coloring's not that far off from the default. TNT Dwarf hands out an Opal bracelet. Very useful. Not exactly progression, but considering how badly Crabcakes is getting beat down, that Opal is very nice. Unfortunately, it's an Opal that everyone's going to get, so it's not exactly an edge.
Well, we got Ale marking in Volcano, going to the armory, looking to see if there's any Kia.
Mount Glug or whatever it is. Yeah, I think in the original game it's just Gurgu Volcano, but Volcano is fine.
Well, I would say Gola.
Fire Palace. Bernie Cave. Ooh, that was a 4-pack of zombie dragons right there. When you actually have some levels and some time, they could be quite nice to kill. Unfortunately, because they're undead, of course, you can't use Quad X on them, because they're already dead. MG Weirdo in chat. Hot feet, please. Yes.
Yeah, true.
Blastoise is back over in the IRC chat room, so we should see him pop up yet again sooner or later.
And apparently, El Markin actually got a pro ring.
Yeah, I saw that. I think it was the upper right chest there in that line of 4. Nice little pickup right there. Save him some money because, you know, I don't think I've seen them for sale yet, but they're generally somewhere in the 10 to 12k range. So that's money you don't have to spend. Nothing to complain about.
Very true.
Tiny sum sitting there in that treasure chest. Over 18 grand for that round the bend chest. And it looks like the fire elementals in this seed have been on their trap tile have been replaced by the Ogre Creep battle, so that's not going to be bad at all. Meanwhile, Ale Markin's trying to take out some EXPs. Beefy EXPs, too.
Yeah.
Anyways.
XP is known for their big EXP when defeated.
Unfortunately, they're beefy enough that they're not dying to a Quad X even after a sword hit, so he decided they weren't worth it and had to move on.
Yep. Now, Burt Reynolds is at Crescent Lake getting his TNT.
Dang, who kindly getting his Blastoise stream back once again. He'll have that fixed in a couple minutes. Don't you guys worry over there. So essentially right now, everyone aside from Ale Markin is more or less doing the visits everyone else has done. So Ale Markin's probably going to be our primary focus for a little while just because he's doing something new. Although I just noticed Giants have Glare, insta-killed one of those players down on Burt Reynolds' side, had to reset.
Ouch.
Yeah, at least it's on an enemy that you won't see that often, but still, hate to see it.
Yeah, that... It'd be worse if one of the racers faced 4 ogres and used glare on all 4 of them in different turns.
Mm-hmm.
That would be instant wipe out right there. Sorry about that, bud.
I'm noticing Elastoid's white mage has been down for a little while now. I'm thinking he might be leaving her dead. Maybe going for a 3-man strip. Well, I mean, everyone's dead right now. Oh, they've got insta-kill toxic. Ouch!
Ow!
Okay, yeah, those Sahags are not playing around. Woo!
As I've said before, the seed could easily be a death trap.
So Elmark, it looks like he's done doing his first floor dive of Volcano. Aside from that pro ring, I didn't see much else that was worthwhile. Meanwhile, Crabcakes is now doing her Volcano dive. The question is going to be whether or not she decides to dive further than just that first floor, so could go either way. Ale looks like he's taking his experience and his money and his equipment, is going to go try out Ice Cave because there's an incentive item there.
Yep. The question is whether it'll be the item that will help them get the airship, or it will be something else.
Well, right now, progression for them is tied up in trying to get the airship or the canal. Either one of those will open up the world to them, and they need that because they're not able to do like half their turn-ins and checks without that.
Very true.
Open progression is on, so once they get the canal, they can go check the on-rack area. They'll be able to do most of the checks that they need to, except for the Sky Palace Desert won't be available to them, so Chime won't get them anything just yet. But if they get the floater, they can get the airship, and then the whole world is their oyster, or mollusk, or whatever you call it.
Yeah, very true.
Spellzap and chat hoping for that Marsh Cave. Could be a loose key item in there as well, one of the incentive items. Marsh is not incentivized today, and that doesn't mean it couldn't have rolled something. There's enough chests there that the possibility at this point of Marsh having something important could be there. I mean, it's a possibility. I think I agree with Volcano and Ice plays, though, before you go there. Marsh is generally awful, and the chest density isn't as good.
Yeah. Apparently, we got Life Reboot saying in chat that I think Canal is in red D chest and carries.
Entirely possible Canal can be lurking down here. We do have 3 key items in the pool, and having already found one of the loose other items, like the Opal Bracelet, as one of the turn-ins, that would mean that at least one of the items they're probably going to want is going to be out loose floating around. You hate to see it, but it's probably going to happen. Also know something in Volcano has Quad X. That's ugly.
Yeah, I saw that one. It targeted White Mage.
White Mage down, you can't revive her. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's pretty ugly.
Gross indeed.
Oh, Spellzap actually said it was those dang birds. The Paralysks.
Oh, you don't want that because they show up elsewhere, and those Paralysks show up in big packs wherever you find them. That's not fun at all.
Yeah. When I need to always
take out the... You're gonna say?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine.
Anyway, when I used to run the duckling seeds offline, I usually run to most perilous I couldn't even escape from, especially when they're paid with money.
It's an interesting trap tile that Ale Market has found in the Ice Cave, a Frostgator Archery trap tile. It's gonna be a decent experience, especially considering the level they're at right now, but looks like the Frostgators are fairly beefy.
Yeah. It's like they could take a beating and still live after all.
Thankfully, they were able to get them down in Quad X range. The Frostgator Archery pack was sitting where the Frosty normally is. So it's not a trap tile they're gonna have to worry about seeing very often, but still, not exactly fun.
It seems Brett Reynolds and Elastoid are actually also heading to the Ice Cave for these
play. It's incentivized. Only reason I would probably do Volcano first is just because you can get some easier levels here, although with the Quad X Paralysks, that's not exactly a safe bet anymore.
That is true. I ran.
Oh, saw loose. One of our loose key items was the tail floating in Ice Cave that takes one of them out of the pool, and apparently also the crown was the ice incentive, which Aelmarkin was easily able to check by using the warp spell trick. Oh, and Canal in that room as well. The Frostwolf room had 2 of the loose items all on its own. Dang.
Yeah, that has to be a wreck.
Ice Cave was the play today. I have noticed, though, that the more key items that end up in the pool, the more likely that they are in the current engine of the randomizer that they all just seem to congregate. I've played seeds where you get like everything loose and nothing is actually assigned anywhere, and you'll find like 5 or 6 key items in a single room in a dungeon just because they've all just dropped right there. The game was like, you're gonna need these so we can progress the game, so just take here, all of them, just have it.
Yeah, that really gets me a lot sometimes, you know.
So we got a new viewer in chat, Tower Sheep, asking, what does it mean that when a location is incentivized? What that means is that the location has a key item that's assigned to it. So right here, for example, in Ice Cave, there is a chest that is guarded by the eye, and you have to scale your way normally through the whole of it, although it looks like Elastoid's going to use Warp to cheat the system to warp back up around. But that chest right there is traditionally guarded in the eye. You get to the end of the dungeon, you fight the eye, you have the trap chest there, and you get the item out of it. That's the incentive chest. So when a dungeon has incentivized, that means that its key specific location has a key item in it. It just so happened that Ice Cave was apparently extra incentivized because 2 other key items dropped there as well. Ale, feeling great. Elastoid, too, feeling good, but I think he bailed before checking the rest of the dungeon, so he doesn't know the canal and the tail are floating down there.
Yeah, I think that was a misplay.
It's a gamble. He's assuming he won't have to worry about it. He just doesn't realize that was the wrong time to make that play. Ouch. Hopefully that doesn't bite him.
Yeah, I think it will.
Yeah, if he gets the floater, it's not a big deal. Floater is gonna have to be loose in Volcano or March, though. And if floater isn't there, he's gonna have to come back to ice, but ouch. I'm also getting a note that Bonk was also, the Power Bonk, and I'll explain that in a second, was also in the Ice Cave, but that was 4 key items in the pool, incentive items, that were available in Ice Cave. Huge Ice Cave right there today. When we say the Power Bonk, what we mean is the Power Gauntlet. It's just Bonk is easier to say, and it's an item that will allow you to cast Saber upon yourself to do extra damage in combat. Yes.
Yeah. Apparently, Dingmoose says crown equals floater, so he is fine. And this is in chat.
It may be that good. I haven't seen the floater yet on the tracking yet, so we'll have to see if that has it. But yeah, if crown meets the floater, or if floater is loose, then he's golden and he doesn't have to worry about it. Yeah, so, question in chat about how many we have loose today. We have 3 loose items, and the 3 loose are, in addition to all the regular key items, we have the Power Gauntlet, the Opal Bracelet, and the Thor Hammer in the pool. Because we found the Canal, the Tail, and the Power Gauntlet all in ice, loose. Those are all 3 of the loose items. If Aelmarkin wants to call himself in Go mode, he's essentially there, because he knows all the locations and all the key items that are on the table, and he can just line them up 1 to 1 and start picking them all off as soon as he can do it. And yeah, we got people in chat mentioning that Elastoid skipped the bomb device. He did indeed.
Yeah, I pretty much even know this. But sometimes not everything seems to be, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a surprising move from Elastoid's part. And it's especially surprising just knowing just how much of the key items were there in ice. That's just the gamble you make sometimes. But it's all about chest density. If he didn't feel the chest density was worth it, or he didn't like what he was seeing from some of the enemies, he just had to get out. I understand it. It just so happened in this particular instance it was the wrong play to make.
Apparently, the level 4 black spell shop happened to have Bane, Lightning 3, and another. And Bane is a pretty useful spell to.
Bane is good. I believe it can be used to take out both Kraken and Tiamat, although not quite as good as Krak. Lit 3 is also really nice to have because that's their first level 3 sweeper spell.
Very true.
Yeah, we got people in chat discussing whether or not Ale's going to open anything else at this point. I'm sure he will, because he really doesn't have the equipment filled up for the party he's playing. But right now, he can...
Apparently, the last droid turned in the crown, and it led to an Oxy Ale, which gives them access to the Sunken Temple.
Well, it would, if he had the canal. Unfortunately, canal is sitting in an ice cave, which he hasn't gotten yet. However, everyone else can use it to go to the Sunken Palace. So yeah, as Classic Gamer notes and what I was alluding to, he could easily decide to go and just pick the greed chests along the way, things like the Volcano Treasure, which he's already cleared out. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to Mermaids, but he may just go and hit the Zardia Islands along the way because they're easy to pick through. Some of the sections in Sky, things like that. Just hit the ones that are easy to do and try and get the equipment you need, and then move on with it. Having the Opal Bracelet in a hand already means that that's a little less armor you really have to stress about.
Yeah, because most of the time, if you get the Opal Bracelet, that's gonna really reduce a lot of damage, depending on who's equipped with it.
Gators were giving Crab Cakes the business right there. But she managed to get through. Life 2's back up her Black Mage. She's good to go. See, we have a Vorpal that's been picked up as well. People in chat are very happy to see that Vorpal.
We got Bert heading into March.
The Marsh Dive! Yes! Did Bert also skip the bottom of the ice? Because I'm not seeing the tail or the canal on his tracker either. Wait.
I think so.
Yeah. Wow, 2 people skipping that.
Yeah.
Spicy. It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it plays off. Crabcake's finishing out her full clear of Ice Cave. There's that Power Gauntlet, so that's 3 for 3 down here for the loose. Confirming that. Oh, stun touch off those wraiths. That's sucky. Oh no! Crabcakes, no, don't get stun locked. Not like this. There, she got away. Woo!
That was a lucky getaway for Crabcakes.
Uh-huh. That's all she needed. She's trucking along now.
Yep. Looks like she's getting the other chests.
As Leg Shot in chat noted, those were dreamsicle colored wraiths right there. Little orange along with their white.
Yeah, that's actually true.
So Crabcakes is the second to make it out with all of the items from Ice Cave. She is going to be very pleased, because along with Ale Markin, she really doesn't have to check anything if she doesn't want to. And bear in mind, unlike Ale, she basically has almost all the equipment she needs. Only thing she's probably going to be looking for is maybe to find that loose Mazamoon. But otherwise, she's got an Opal Bracelet, she's going to be able to buy a Power Bracelet, or a Golden Bracelet. If she finds some ribbons, yay. She even has access to the Wall Spell. She's in a position where whatever she finds, she'll be happy with, and then she can just move on with her game.
Yeah, and she might be very close to go mode if she keeps this up.
She's in effective go mode, it's just how much she actually wants to, like, dig around past the key item locations.
Very true. is pretty much running into trouble in Mark. With those ghouls actually putting his character to sleep.
Get some cap hype over from Dangwu in chat. Apparently someone found the cap. No one's picking up the cap. They feel betrayed. I missed what the loose or the key item was over at Titan's Trove. Oh, probably the bottle, because I see that there. And we got the herb from Sarda.
Okay, we got Sarda given the herb.
I mean, we all know it's true. He's an old man living in a cave. You know why he's off the grid. You know what he's been growing.
Yeah.
So Elmarkin's making his way back. He's probably got a good 3 or so minutes on Crab Cakes at this point, just by grace of the fact that he did those checks a little earlier than she did, and she's having to be careful to keep both her mages alive. But still, great progress from the both of them. They are getting a nice early lead over the other two players.
Wrigley is asking Herb the Floater.
Possible.
Yeah, it's a good possibility, Greg. We'll just have to see how it goes.
If chat is correct, and I'm sure they are, and the dock is available on the desert leading into the Mirage Palace, then that means that what they are really looking for at this point is just the key items to finish out the seed and any treasure they want. Floater would be nice, don't get me wrong. Floater is not essential at that point.
That is true.
They'll get it at some point if they decide to do all the turn-ins, because Floater has to be at one of the incentivized locations, since we found all the loose, as chat is debating where the Floater could be. It's gotta be an incentivized location. But, whether or not they actually bother with it, depending on how far into the seed they are. I mean, if you do the route right when you're picking up the key items, and you manage to get the cube in the right location, and you go hit C, and then you go hit air before coming back for Lich or something, you may never have to pick up that Floater because it's just not worth it.
Well, we got Ale heading to Elfland Castle to turn in the herb. We'll see where that.
Oh!
And yeah,
Chat dropping
appearance
some knowledge.
gives.
Life Reboot in chat reminding us Canal does not count towards the loose. So while they found it, technically there's still a loose out there. See, man, that's the thing. I would have grabbed it, I'm like, cool, I got all the loose, and I probably would have shot myself in the foot.
Apparently, Gregory was right. The herb led to the floater given by the elf prince.
Lovely. That is nice to see. Well, knowing that what we know, and that the Power Gauntlet is out of the pool, and the Opal Bracelet is out of the pool, as is the Tail and the Ruby, we are looking at every key item that's now still in the pool is more than likely essential. So the only thing that's left that could be an essential is the Thor Hammer, and I don't know if I'd gamble on that. I would probably just make sure to continue full clearing everything. I guess we're gonna see what our players do here. We are gonna get a bottle turn in though. Yep, that bottle from the Titan's Trove. And as chat is reminding us, at 33 minutes, Ale is the first to be in the air.
Yep. And I did give you the level 8 spells yeah, I forgot the town. I think it was Guy.
Looks like Ale is going to be making a nice long flight back and forth, because he now has the slab, so he can do the slab quest chain. He's gonna ignore it though and go do ordeals instead. Probably a safe bet. So, but the second they find that Thor Hammer or some other loose item, they're gonna be like, okay, now I know where everything is at, and I don't have to worry. Or you'd be like me and be like, whatever, the canal counts, right? No, apparently canal does not.
Now, we have AO heading towards Orioles to do the dive.
So yeah, wow, because the canal was not checked off for this, that actually means we technically have a 4 loose seed. That is... woof. That is rough. Chat debating that the last loose is going to be required. I'm sure it probably will be. So one of these questions is going to lead to the Thor Hammer just to be cruel to everyone.
Yeah, I had to agree.
So we've lost Burt Reynolds over in the bottom left, but he hasn't left the actual IRC room yet, so that might just be on his Twitch side. We will have to wait and see if he notices and brings it back up. I certainly don't want to private message him right now and disturb him while he's in his game, but we will have to see whether or not he manages to come back on his own.
Yeah.
Some money in that first chest and ordeals. Few little houses right there. Money, more money, another cabin, and a heel helm that he doesn't care about. Good choice. And the crystal for another turn-in that we can do. The quest chains continue. And Ankylos guarding the last spot. Ooh, they punch, of course, hard, because that's what Ankylos do.
Now, if I may guess this, if AO were to turn the crystal into Matoya right now, he could either get the Masa or possibly the cube to enter Sky Temple.
Got a question about whether or not Ale did the bottle turn-in. He did indeed. That led to the slab, which he has not done a turn-in for yet. So the last one is Deep Dive in Volcano. Meanwhile, Crabcakes is going to go do her bottle turn-in so that she can get her slab. And Ale Markin is checking out the Zardia Isles, and he got an Excalibur for his trouble. And a Pro Cape that he's now going back to pick up. Because Pro Capes are nice. A shield that all your mages can wear. Good times.
Yep. And it could also be possible that he may turn in the tail for his upgrade. And apparently Bert is back now.
Yep, I was just starting to get worried about him, and then he suddenly came back, so didn't have to worry at all right there.
Yeah, that's good news.
So two of our players are doing their floater checks because they got the progression to go continue forth with it. They are checking the various aisles, picking up all the items they can. Meanwhile, our bottom two have both congregated into Volcano to do full clears there, since they didn't actually clear out the bottom of ice and they don't know what all is available to them.
And AO is heading towards Bahamut to upgrade his class. Same goes with Crabcake.
Mm-hmm. It's essential for both of them because neither of them have a black belt. And for Crabcake, she really just wants it so she can start getting up all the spells she needs, because she is entirely reliant upon what her spellcasters can do at this point.
Very true.
Looks like... well, Asteroid has found a sentry available, trying to kill it right now with lightning, because that's what they're weak to. That was the red D spot from looks of it, but I missed what it was that was sitting in the red D chest because he lagged a little, and it just didn't happen. Unfortunate. So with that changeover for Ale, he's now able to equip that Excal and get one of the better swords in the game in his hands. He also has the Vorpal, so he should be able to put the Vorpal on as well. Would not be surprised if late in the dungeon, though, the final dungeon, he decides to swap that Vorpal over to his fighter. When push comes to shove, and the Excal stops doing any good work.
Yep. And we got Ale now hanging the helmet and turning the slab to translate.
Learn the simple language of the Lufinish in 5 seconds. Lupa? Lupa! Lupa! Got a nuke spell over there at the level 5 Melvin Black Shop.
Yep. And we also had a fade for level 5 White spell.
So basically, if you have mages that can learn level 5, you are good to go, because all the magic you really want is sitting right there. Time to max level them and get all the items you need, or spell casting you need. Adamant right there from the Matoya turn-in, so that's going to be yet another quest chain to complete. And yes, the last section, it is Team Rocket he is fighting in place of Carrie.
I have to admit, Elasto is very creative.
It's an amusing sprite set, I will admit. And the Adamant becomes the cube, which means all of Sky Palace is now available to them. That's another dungeon that they can knock down. Oxiel, Sky Palace, already Volcano was ready because they can get there one way or another via canoe or floater. So all they're really looking for at this point is the key and the rod, because we know where the loot is. They get key and rod, they are in effective go mode and good to go.
Yeah, but we also had to consider the cube for Sky Fortress.
So ProGhost 1400 in chat discussing about the fact that they haven't played this game before, so they're not certain how strong that the White Mage and the Black Mage are going to be. Oh, and there's that Thorhammer from the Lufane. Thanks, guys! Yeah, the reason she's playing two characters is because the experience is distributed evenly among all the players that you have available. If you only have 2 players up, then the experience is basically double on both of those players. It's great. She is definitely running a spicy party here with essentially the 2 weakest characters in the game, the White Mage and the Black Mage. They both have, at times, great magic, but they don't have a lot of the health and things that you want to back that up. And they're not physical attackers at all. You put a Moslem in the White Mage, sure, it's okay, but you can do better. So she's certainly being spicy here right now, but she's making it work, and the benefit is she's going to be able to get level 50 characters that...
Ouch! Giant just knocked out the White Wizard.
Yeah, I think that was with Glare.
Has the most deadliest move.
Ale's now clearing out Volcano for his full clear, and he finds that opal armor that was sitting there in Volcano. Since he's already class changed, good thing for him to use. Meanwhile, Mancats and Medusas have Burt Reynolds in a part of the stun lock right there. Not fun at all.
Yeah, that's pretty nasty. Oh, it seems Elastoid's heading back to the ice cave.
I think he's pretty much cleared everything else he can. There's not much left for him to do, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess he figured out he can't do anything without the canal.
I'm not seeing an orb lit on his side. I'm thinking he wasn't able to take out Carrie, unfortunately.
Yeah, he pretty much got wiped out.
Well, Carrie can be tough at this level. Especially when the scaling can take her up to, I think, up to like 250 or 300. I'll double check that. Yeah, scaling for bosses right now is up to 230%.
Huh. It seems Bert skipped Red Dragon check. Unless he already got it.
I thought he was heading down to it.
Apparently he's now heading down to where Carrie is.
Yeah, again, I missed what was in there, so... Apparently Carrie has Blaze and punches like a truck. So yeah, that would pretty much do it for Carrie. That's not a fun Carrie.
Yeah.
That's a Carrie you desperately want to first turn Confuse if you have it, and then just pray she never unconfuses. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we found Confuse. So, no dice there. He's coming out swinging, trying to do maximum damage to this carry. Meanwhile, Crabcakes is over in Ordeal's doing her clear of that area. Bert's doing a second round of all the damage he can against Carrie here. Carrie comes out swinging, knocks down that Black Mage for 257 damage. Ouch. Cran the Quad X hits. Quad X does not. Ineffective. More damage from the ice spells. Carrie blasts another Black Mage for 128. Still on his knees, still alive. What you want to see. Hits the white fighter for 107. Quad X still ineffective with a black shirt coming out. Starting to run low on spells there. Another round of Ice 2. Carrie hits the fighter for 167. He's on his knees. Gonna desperately try another Quad X here. Still ineffective, still over 300. Meanwhile, Ale Market has absolutely no problems. Kills her in like 2 shots. And is done. And he's lit the first orb at 46 minutes and 7 seconds. And there's Thunder wiping out Burt Reynolds' party. That hurts.
Yeah.
You're gonna say?
Apparently, before Carrie died on Ale's side, Carrie threw a Thunder, killing one of his. I believe it was a red mate.
Yeah, the one benefit that Ale Markin has is he can equip that Opal armor, and Opal armor provides protection against lightning, so that Thunder is just gonna blink right off of him.
Yeah. There's a comment from Dingwoo saying, Carry 2, Runners 1.
Unfortunately, it looks like the Crabcakes wiped there on her dive into Ordeals, happened to do it a second time. Thankfully, she should remember what her path was through, so this won't be as bad. Still, you hate to see it.
Yeah. As I said.
Ale Markin doing the gentlemanly thing there and skipping out on the Tyro. Tyro's our friend, not food, as some would say.
And Dingwoo comments with steak in chat.
Getting the sad news about that Thor hammer, moving on with his life. Blastoid is finishing out his dive of Ice Cave, probably kicking himself a little for not doing the clear here when he had the chance, but he'll be able to make it up.
Yeah.
And Bird is back to do his dive of Ice Cave as well. I think he's figured out as well that this is where he needs to be. Crabcake's trying to deal with these Argoyles who have Poison Touch from the looks of it. Of course, now that you're poisoned, can't be re-poisoned, so oh darn. Thorhammer and a Lit 3, though, seems to be doing the business, and all those Argoyles are going to fall right down.
Yeah.
Snacks! Man, they are skill-happy snacks right there. That was rubs and locks and just about everything they can think of. That is, woo, rough. Cure 3. Oh my god, that's not fun. Of course, you know, when you do overwhelming damage, they just die. So, all but one. And Quadex takes out the rest. Yeah, that was a lot of rub dodges right there. It was pretty impressive. Good magic defense on her characters already, but then she's in the 20s right now. Her characters are already in level 20. Meanwhile, Ale Market is going and doing a starter skydive. I like it. Always sky. Got a question in chat about what the final loose items will be and how many we have. We know we have one loose item and it's going to be required because all the other freebies that could have been out in the pool have already been picked up. So whatever it is, they're going to need it right at this point. It's looking at like it's probably going to be now at this point the rod or the key, or something that's going to lead to the rod or the key. But there's really not that much that's left in the pool at this point. We've seen basically everything. So one of the two of them is going to be a waterfall, and the other one is going to be loose.
Yep. That's a good estimated guess.
5-pack of the Twilight Party pack right there from Ale. He runs away from it. And then a lovely Mummy pack that apparently he's going to actually take this time. Nuke sends them screaming into the void. She's done with her Ordeal's dive. Crabcakes is now heading out, gonna go check the next area that she's available for. Wouldn't be surprised to see her take Sky, because she's a big fan of always Sky when she has access. But Waterfall is still on the table. She may want to know what her final loose item is, so she can beeline for it and try and target that. We will have to see. Yep, there she goes. Always Sky. She's right on Ale Markin's heels. Gonna make the Mirage play. Respect right there.
Yeah, I have to admit, that's respectful, right?
So the question is, where is that rod going to be? And, I mean, it could be anywhere. Chest Density here says it's still probably in Sky. But, I mean, could be at Mermaids. Could hilariously be at Earth, and they could just go full clear everything looking for it. And by hilarious, of course, I mean hilarious for us, not hilarious for them.
Yeah. If the rod's actually in the in one of the locked places, that's gonna be a problem. Especially if you don't have a key.
It makes the argument for going and hitting Waterfall first so you know whether or not you have the key. Nope, there it is. There's the key. Loose in the rightmost room of the Sky 2 floor. Ale Markin is effectively in go mode, even though, you know, we called it a while ago. Now that we know he truly is in go mode, Ale Markin is in go mode if he wants it. And he's got the opal. He may want some ribbons. That might be about the only thing he's still looking for.
Yeah, ribbons could be more helpful.
So that would mean that Rod is more than likely at the Robert. Because I don't think we've seen the Waterfall dive yet. And then at that point, we have all the knowledge and everything we need.
And it looks
Greg Lee
like...
calling the two players. You're saying?
Sorry. Anyway, it looks like Ale is gonna find a few of the going through a few treasure chests, then probably going after Kiamat.
Oh yeah, no. He wants a couple Kiams. He probably wouldn't be displeased to see an Aegis or a Dragon just for their extra protections. What he wants at the very minimum is a ribbon or two. Those are basically essential for him because of all the death spells that can be lurking over in Topher. But,
Very
you
true.
know, yeah, if he doesn't find them, he'll try and live without, because Wall is available at a level 2. He might try and just work it out with Wall. But ribbons are the key of what he's looking for. Like, he even has the Vorpal at this point. He probably doesn't even care if he gets another sword. It's the oh, there it is. First ribbon right there on the board for Ale Markin. So yeah, I mean, with that ribbon right there, I'd basically put him in go mode, because he knows everything he needs at this point. There's very little that he's really going to be looking for at this point. And another ribbon right there, Sky does provide. Look at that, the greed chests were the way to go.
Pure luck right there.
And yeah, he's not even bothering with Sky Spider at this point. The Sky 3 floor, he's just moving on with his life. He does. 2 ribbons, good to go.
Yeah, Crabcase can't access Sky because she doesn't have a cube yet.
Oh, ouch! She didn't get the cube yet. She made the right play, she just didn't make it quite early enough. Ouch, crab cakes.
Can we get a chat? The probability of Ale running into War Mech.
That's right, everyone. Get your Bless RNGs out. There's a possibility, I believe. Because Warmech is vanilla. Warmech could be in the pool right now. We are on the Bridge of Destiny. Anyone want to see a Warmech? There he is! Oh, we got a Warmech! The Robin is here!
Right on time!
Right on time! Now, he's trying to kill it. Is he going to be able to succeed? That is the question. Fade. Power Bonk. Ice 2, chip damage, don't have to worry about that. Nuke comes out. And the Robin is there. Robin has, like, no health! And that's 23 grand on all of his players. He's now in the low to mid 20s. Woo! Crabcakes now has that cube that she wanted earlier. Hits the Hooray Dwarf. Hero of our hearts, hitting that Hooray Dwarf. Now, where does she go next? Go into the shop, pick up the loot, maybe? Nope, walks right past it.
Well, let's see. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
It seems like Ale actually defeated War Mech.
Oh yeah, like it was nothing. Like it was nothing. 2 rounds of spells and Warmech fell down. So since she wasn't able to finish out Sky Palace, she's gonna go do Volcano. I think she's done most of the clear here, so the question is how far into this is she gonna go at this point? Bearing in mind, she doesn't have ribbons. The best armor she has right now is that opal bracelet.
Oh, the Bane from the Black Mage finished off, pretty much took out Tiamat on the Ale side, and he lit the orb. Go ahead.
Bane is useful. It doesn't have quite the hit percent chance of Brat, since it's AoE instead of a single target. But it's still a very useful spell. I think it's like a 20% chance to take out Tiamat. So, you know, cast it enough times and you're more than likely going to have a hit.
Now we got Aelmark and diving, going into the waterfall.
Well, this is basically the last place he has to go. He gets his rod right here, and although he hasn't picked up the loot, he knows where it is. We can basically put him in go mode with 2 crystals on the board. So we can see him getting into Topher pretty darn quick. Classic gamer dropping the knowledge. Bane may only be a 14% chance against Tiamat. People know this game better than I do. I will take their word for it. I know that Tiamat has, I think, a slightly better chance of Bane working against them than Kraken does, but both are much more susceptible to Brat.
Very true. Now we got Elastoid searching Cardia Island.
He's doing his Cardia check just about 20 minutes behind the first 2 players. Ale's almost done with his waterfall dive, gonna confirm for us that the rod is there, because he's a gentleman and scholar.
Who knows? It could be something else. It's just a... You know?
I don't think it could be anything else at this point. I don't think there's anything left for it to be. And apparently we had a sighting of Out of Bounds Bat, everyone's favorite friend, Out of Bounds Bat. There's the Masamu. Apparently that was good enough for him to grab that as well. I mean, why not? You're there. There's that rod. Ale is to go. Warps out. So yeah, I would assume he's gonna go do C now because he's right here.
Yeah, he'll probably go finish the other 2 the temples.
Oh no, Crabcakes is stun blocked by a single man-cat.
Yeah, that's the most dangerous thing to happen.
Thorhammer with 17 damage takes it out. She is free of that man-cat. Woo! And runs away. I wouldn't fight any more of those. They suck. You may not even want to do the red D chest, honestly.
Yeah, it really just depends on what item it is.
Or she will, because she's crazy.
Pretty true.
Oh, it's stun touch. Ouch. And she's stun locked again.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Her best chance is that Black Mage getting up soon, and then being able to cast while Man-Cats whack against the White Mage. But, oof, right now they are just not having any of it. Both her mages are up. Come on, you can get a spell off. Come on. There you go.
Invade pretty much takes out at least 3 of the man.
Oh, God! No!
Talk about, like, what's it, triple or quadruple stun lock?
Well, just the fact that the Black Mage even got hit at all is amazing, because it shouldn't, like, with the way that the percentages work, that was like 12% chance that it shouldn't have happened at that point. And yet.
Well, we got Aelmarkin in Sunken Temple.
He's making his way through. Now, if Crabcakes is smart, yep. She warps away from those man-cats, never to fight them again, because no, those guys suck.
Yeah, she's heading towards Carrie now.
Aelmarkin dealing with a pack of unrunnable sea snacks. Getting through it. Nicely done. Nicely done. Now Crabcakes is working on trying to take out Carrie. Hoping against hope that she can make this happen. She had a little time there trying to figure out what she wanted to do with the spells. Decided to go with the old Fade Nuke, because of course. Fade Nuke again. Doing good damage, I'll say that much.
Ooh. Carrie pretty much hit a big amount of damage on Dan.
Lucky break. Such a lucky break right there. Ink.
And I think Fade ended Carrie.
Yup.
And her first orb has been lit.
Her first orb was lit. She managed to take out Carrie with the erase right there from the quad X, because she got enough damage in to actually get Carrie below that 300-point threshold. And now she has the cube. She's going back and she's going to go finish Sky. She'll get her key items. She'll be happy. She's on her way.
And Aelmark finished Kraken with a Bane.
Yeah, it was so fast I didn't even see it happen. I was talking about Crabcakes. So he's 3 on the board. Well on his way to getting his 4th one.
Yeah, I could see him being Lich with ease, as he's pretty much the weakest of the 4 fiends. But I've learned one thing: don't judge a book by its cover. We could probably see that Lich could have a nasty trick up his sleeve.
There's every possibility Lich could roll with a nuke or something and wipe out portions of this party.
Very true.
I mean, Aelmark can survive it. It's just the position he'd be in afterwards.
Yeah.
Already starting to get bets from people on how fast that Aelmark is going to finish this sea. We'll see if they were correct. Check back in with that in a little while. Meanwhile, Elasite is doing a... Is he doing a full clear of water?
Looks like he is.
That is a curious decision right there. Decided not to go do Sky. Sky. I mean, this seed, as always, just proved once again that, like in Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise, where there's always value in Cave Bahamut, Sky Palace is our version of Cave Bahamut. There is always value in Sky Palace.
That is true. I've actually seen a few races for Free Enterprise that does that.
I'd say it's about a 50% shot that something decent is usually lurking in Bahamut Cave, at least before the, what was it, the 4.0 beta started up that they're doing right now, which added a bunch of features and rebalanced.
Yeah, I believe.
So yeah, Lastoid is doing the sea dive because he hasn't decided to go to Sky. He hasn't gone to Sky yet because while he has the chime, he doesn't have the cube. And he doesn't have the cube yet because he doesn't have the adamant, which I don't even remember what the adamant was at this point, but that's what leads to it. So he needs that cube first. He's gonna have to go do that sooner or later, but he's doing the full clear right here because he wants to be able to get some of the key items out of the way if possible and get that Kraken taken care of at the same time.
Apparently, adamant actually came from Matoya after turning in the.
Yeah, it was a chain. It was a chain that started off in ordeals, from what chat was telling us. Meanwhile, in the time it took for me to say that, Ale Markin is already at Lich, gonna be taking this out like it's nothing. And if he doesn't take it out like it's nothing, that's not a commentator curse. Well, we have a moment here while Ale Markin is taking care of the speed, but want to remind everyone that along with our weekly events that we host here, Tuesdays on Speed Gaming, Thursdays, of course, right here on our current home, Randomania, we also have the upcoming Spring Tournament 2020. Those are the flags that we're testing out right now. These are our Week 5 Swiss flags for that tournament that we're calling Chaos Flags. We invite you to come, check out the Discord, check out all the great stuff that we have going on right now. Maybe come and play in the Spring Tournament, as well as watch it, of course. Come be a part of Final Fantasy Randomizer.
Yeah.
Right there picking up his loot. So now he is ready to go enter Temple of Fiends and take out Chaos. Doing some last little purchasing, getting the spells he needs for his knight. Probably wants that life on everyone he can get.
That is actually a very smart move on his part.
100%. Crabcakes 2 getting that rod, so she is good to go take out Earthgate. She still, however, needs that key, so she's not quite in go mode yet, because she doesn't know where the key is just now. Hoping she doesn't decide to do a full clear of C while she's here. But, I mean, that might just be the play for her.
Ouch. I can see the last story about ready to be obliterated.
Crabcakes did not give in to the sea play. She is flying back over to Sky Palace. Go Crabcakes.
And the last story was wiped out by lobsters in Sunken Palace.
Yeah, the Sea Palace is rough. At least he's done most of his full clear at this point, so he knows the chest he doesn't have to check at a minimum. Meanwhile, we have Pro Ghost 1400 in chat asking about what else is available besides just, these competitive races. We do have a lot of other stuff that we do on a regular basis at the Discord. Weekly challenge seeds and async seeds and everything else that you do. If you even don't want to race and you just want to kind of play around, you can do that with the Final Fantasy Randomizer. All are welcome. Also want to note that Ale Market is the first of our players in Temple of Fiends on the restream. At 108, he has entered the Temple of Fiends.
And apparently, the last story is doing the redive, but this time he's heading towards the mermaid area.
Yeah, he did most of the dive on the Kraken side, so if he's really worrying about where the chest may be, this is the better chest density for him. It's a smart play. Smart play if this is what you're thinking of.
Yeah, I agree.
Crabcake's diving deep, trying to get past these guards. Meanwhile, Burt Reynolds is doing his ordeals play to try and finish out his seed. El American doing some healing up before he goes further. He is working down the Earth floor, about to get an encounter with Lich 2.
And one thing I noticed when Elastoid got wiped out is that he was facing lobsters, and those lobsters had rub.
Yeah, we saw the rub from them earlier when they tried to take out Crab Cakes and she had a ton of rub dodges. It's not fun. They show up a lot here, so you gotta be lucky. Apparently also gotta pick up a Sun Sword, because Elastoid now picked that up for his Red Mage. That's gonna be nice.
Yeah, that's true.
Pro Sword Starter Pack. Light Axe, Silver Helm. Mermaid. Money. Money. Soft Potion. Disrespect for Lich. And an Opal Helm. Not a whole lot here.
Yeah.
So Aelmarkin's now diving past the speed bump, gonna go ahead on towards Carry 2, if he can ever get past these surprising Agamas. Meanwhile, it looks like Crab Cakes was taken out by the Badmen, who apparently are packing some heat.
Yeah, that is very deadly if it's a high one, yeah. And there's a comment in chat by 613 Linkshot saying Batman fighting dirty. I have to agree with him on that point.
I didn't even see that carry fight. Aelmarkin is already past it. He is now heading on towards Lich, trying to run from those waters.
Kraken 2.
Did I say Lich? Kraken 2, thank you. It's a boss. They're gonna fight it. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, but I feel this Kraken 2 is gonna be a lot nastier than his first counter. So we'll have to see how it goes.
Putting his Black Mage up front. Oh, poor Meat Shields. We knew you so well. Coming out with a fast. Bruise, I think. Power Gauntlet. Nuclear from Kraken. First move that he makes. Fast comes out. Lock comes out on Kraken. That's what he casts. Got a Fade. For 383. Red Mage is wiped down. 10 hits on Kraken for 989. That'll take out Kraken. And thankfully there's life, so that Red Mage is right back up.
That definitely, as I said, that was one of the smartest moves Ale ever made before TOF.
Yeah, when you can get it, you really want your Knight just in case, because that one extra life caster is amazing to have.
Very true. I saved my butt a couple of times.
Saved all of ours. So Crabcakes right now is doing her sea dive. She must have gotten turned away by the Badmen another time and decided that they just weren't worth it. I mean, she's playing a spicy party. Can't really blame her for that. She needs to go where she can actually, like, survive. So yeah, it's worth noting, while Aelmarkin is the first in Topher, and he's been there for about 6 minutes so far, none of the rest of our players have actually made it in there yet. It's like not even close for him right now. It's pretty impressive. Well done on his part. As he's battling Tiamat 2, trying to take out yet another Fiend, so he can make his way down to Kraken. 326 on that last hit. He's going to be able to take care of that. And there you go, Tiamat 2 is down. Time to make their way to Chaos.
We have Blastoise now facing up Crap, which
Well,
is actually Honda now.
Piston Honda, but yeah, Kraken. Meanwhile, we have a Chaos battle! Chaos! Get the Fast out, get the Power Gauntlet out, get a Lock out. Big hit against that Black Mage. Black Mage is down. Whatever he wanted to do, he's not doing it anymore. A wait and a fight. 10 hits for 193. Ouch, 300 damage right there. Whew, that was spicy. Gonna Cure 4, that's wise, and another Power Bomb. Another Power Bonk and a wait. Big hit Chaos against the Red Mage. Gonna decide if they want to keep them alive, and he does. Comes out swinging. 10 hits for 744. Cure 4 comes off. He's gonna need to hope they can Cure 4 his fighter soon before... Oh, no! Oh! Whew! Survives that. 10 hits for 726, and that's that! Looks like... Gonna hit the official time right now. At 1 hour, 16 minutes, and 10 seconds, Aelmarkin is the first to defeat Chaos and finish this seed. GG Aelmarkin. And that's not just the first on stream. That is the first of the entire race. Big GG's all around.
GG Aelmarkin. And he actually went faster than Crab Cakes in this.
It was very nicely done. Well, I mean, remember, Crab Cakes is playing two-player. Two-player hard party. So, not exactly surprising that it took her a little long.
Yeah, that's true.
So with that, now we have to focus on who's left. Crab Cakes and Elastoid are each sitting at 1 crystal each. Gonna try and see if one of them can make it through to the next Fiend and get their party continuing.
Yeah, and we have Elastoid diving back in the volcano, see if he could take on Carrie this time, who has to be Rock.
So Elastoid's making his way down into Volcano, gonna go try for his carry dive. We got Crab Cakes, I think, making her way to Chaos. Really hoping she can make her... Or, Chaos. But really hoping she can make her Kraken dive. Gotta check a couple breed chests along the way, though. Can't blame her.
Yeah, she's doing the Sharknado, if that's what they call it.
About to see that carry 1 from Elastoid. Really hoping we get some good stuff here from this. Come on, you can do it. Here we go. Come on, go Team Rocket. As in, go away. Still waiting to see if Ale wants to come join us for an interview. As soon as he comes in, we will have him in to chat about how his seed went. Meanwhile, Carry 2 or Carry 1 is down. That's gonna put Elastoid as the first of our, the second of our players to actually make it to 2 crystals on the board.
Yep, and the Fire Lord will be lit.
I think Ale is just about ready. There we are. Ale! GG! That was an incredible time.
Yeah,
GG as well.
Thank you. I can't believe it myself, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah. It's pretty, it was pretty impressive, I will say that. And the thing is, and this isn't to rub salt on the wounds of any of the other people still running, because they're doing fantastic for how bad some portions of the speed are. But you were the only person to even get, like, 4 orbs lit, while everyone else is sitting on 1 or 2. So, woof.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the thing that really set it for me was going to Ice Cave right off the bat. Like, I saw level 2 War, and I was like, alright, well, I don't really have the spells for it, but worst case scenario, I just jump into Ice Cave, see what it's like, and I get the key, and I might just dip out and leave. And I get down there, I'm like, you know what? I might as well just keep checking. And I think we found the canal and the tail and something else question mark down there. And I was like, wow, Ice Cave was, yeah, I'm glad I kept going.
Yeah, it was loaded. Power Gauntlet, Canal, and there was an
Yeah, the
what's
tail.
Crown was loose. Tail. There you go. Yeah, so that was 3 there of essentially the 4 loose that we had. You go ice and you're practically done at that point.
Yeah, so I was just kind of looking for the one loose afterwards, and it was one of those things where it's like, well, I still would like to have ribbons. I would still like to have something better than, I don't even know what I was swinging at that time. If I even had anything. I think I had like the coral sword. I'm like, I'm not going to do Topher with the coral.
Oh,
So
come on!
let me just keep looking until I find the stuff I need.
Smells
just kinda
abstract,
cleared
come
out.
on!
Look,
So, what did you think of the seed so far?
what I think of the seed, I mean, I think this is probably the best seed I've ever ran, to be quite honest with you.
It worked out well for you, and you really didn't see a lot of the carnage spots. Like, I don't think you had a pretty breezy time, all things considered.
Yeah, I think the worst mob I saw the entire time was the Toxic Sahags, and I was just like, alright, let me just save whenever I'm on the boat.
Yeah.
So I can totally skip them. And I think that was really the worst mob that I saw the entire run.
Yeah, I don't even think you had problems with the man-cats, who apparently had stun touch.
Yeah, I don't think I had problems with them either. Stun touch isn't ringing a bell, so...
That happens. So yeah, and then Sky provided.
Oh, did Sky provide ever? Good lord. Loose key, 2 ribbons. I'm like, okay. That's fantastic, because at least I kept my mages protected until I got into Topher, then I swapped it off the Black Mage.
Yeah, there was something we were discussing. The 1 ribbon was good. Would you have continued checking chests afterwards if you hadn't found that 2nd ribbon in the sky? How much farther would you have gone searching for another ribbon?
No, so my plan was, after I found key on Sky 1, I was like, let me just check, I think it was the left side of Sky 1, just to see what's over there. I said, I'm going to totally skip Sky 2, and I'm just going to, I have Warp, you know, in bucket loads, apparently, because it's level 2, so I'm just going to check, you know, right top and then left of Sky 3. And it just kind of really paid out for me with the ribbons being where they were on Sky 3, so...
Yeah, both of them, like, in easy to get spots, like, one of them being in those 4 green, it's just like, why would you even skip that?
Yeah, I think, and kind of echoing what looks like Gregory is talking about in chat, like, my biggest worry going into Topher this early was, A, levels, and then all of a sudden, hey, look, here's Warmech. And he got me, what, 3 levels on my knight from 18 to 21, so that was fantastic. But my only other worry really was the defense, because I didn't pick up, I don't think I picked up Invis 2 on the Red Wizard. I never found the defense sword. I couldn't remember where, like, either Invis or Ruse were at, so I'm like, well, I'm not going to bother worrying about it on the knight. So that was really my biggest worry going in, but it seemed like it really worked out, like I didn't need it. Like, Chaos was kind of giving me a little bit of a scare, but it worked out with his last punch being just under my knight's HP, so...
Yeah, that was a bit clutch right there. I'm sure you puckered up just a little.
That would be a little bit of an understatement, yeah.
Yeah, I was really worried when I saw him immediately go for your fighter. Honestly, I'm like, oh no! But no, and then he was just like, no, I'll just slap him a little. It'll be fine.
It's like, oh, you got 290. How about I punch you for like 220-ish? That'll be great, right? Just to let you know I'm still here.
I'm here. Let's see what else you got, guys. Come on. I'm not done playing with my food yet.
Yeah, the thing is, on your run around Sky before Tiamat 1, you timed it right with Warmech.
Yeah, I was kind of, I don't know, after the fact, I was kind of excited I found him, because going in, I was thinking about it. I'm like, okay, if I find a Warmech, what do I do? Because I'm low level, it'd be great to find him, but Warmech tends to roll nasty, at least in my experience. And at that time, I was still swinging the Excal. So I'm like, okay, if I say, I'm going to swing him from the first round, I'm going to fade a nuke. And if my Night Strike hits him for only 2 hits, 2 damage, I'm just going to leave. I'm just going to try and figure out the levels elsewhere. And it happened that I didn't hit him for that, so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna kill him. I'm gonna hope for the best. And it just turned out that he rolled lower HP, and I got 20k XP out of him. So that was fantastic for me.
Yeah, I think it was 23k, and he fell over in 2 rounds. That was perhaps one of the most papery war mechs I've ever seen. So, any other thoughts about this? I mean, it seemed like the only theme that really gave you any trouble at all was Chaos. The rest of them in Temple of Fiends seemed like they were blink and you miss at battle.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have the defense sword, if you don't have the defensive spells like Invis 2 or Invis or anything like that, I figured my best plan going in was just to go full offense, and I'm not going to waste spell charges on Lich, so I just said I'll fight with Knight, I'll wait with the other two and hope he doesn't have anything massive like Newt. And then I would just kind of ramp it up a little bit from each fiend after that. But yeah, if not having to spend those rounds buffing with like the defense sword or Invis 2 helped out in this particular seed, because they weren't really prone to just one-hit killing me, except for Kraken. I think she has some beef with Bert in the back line, which I think is par for the course. So...
But yeah, man, it all seemed to just go your way.
Yeah, I'm just hoping it holds up during the spring tourney. And, maybe we can kind of get the dice to fall the same way then, so...
Certainly seemed like good vibes for you this time around.
Yeah, I could see it like that. Let's just hope this year's tourney isn't like the other one, where most of us had bad rolls on seeds, and that became death. You know what I mean, Darkmoon?
Yeah, it has the possibility of any of these, as we've seen from the other players who have been struggling mightily in the Seed U3's crew. These flags can produce death seeds if they want to. I mean, the scaling isn't such a place where it can be really easy or really hard. So it'll be interesting to see how these flags turn out as we get deeper into the actual spring tournament itself, and not just, these fun little practice seeds right now. Oh, and apparently we're finding out that the third ribbon was also in Sky.
Wow, that was what I did not expect, honestly.
Which
So at
box
this
is that in?
point-
Because I missed it too.
I think it was Crab Cakes. It must have been one of the rooms you didn't check.
Must have been the Banesword box thing, because I checked left and right of Sky 1, so...
Mm-hmm.
Apparently,
Wow.
apparently Dingwu actually confirmed it was a Banesword box.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if you checked that, you could have had 3 ribbons, dude. What were you thinking?
Well, he didn't know at the time, so it's not his fault.
Oh,
I was thinking with level 7 Fast and Temper, this Black Mage can really be sacrificed, so...
I know, right? He kinda useless there sometimes. Meanwhile, just as a check-in with the IRC, Thunderclawed is our second place finisher at 1 hour, 28 minutes, 28 seconds. GG's to Thunderclawed. That's a 12-minute lead you had there on Thunder, dude.
That's just payback for Wednesday's race where he stomped me by 20 minutes. So I'm pretty sure that makes us even now for these kind of flags, so...
Yeah, see? Easy. Easy peasy. So Crabcakes now has the 2 ribbons she needs. If she even sees the 3rd ribbon... Oh, and she's wandering away. There you go. Ooh, daring, going the right route instead of heading to the left. Bold move there. Meanwhile, Elastoid is also now in Sky, just a few steps behind Crabcakes. They both have 2 crystals on the board. This will make their 3rd once they get up to Tiamat.
Apparently, Burt Reynolds is already back in Sunken Temple, just in the mermaid side.
Finishing out his full clear before he heads off to Sky as well. Which, of course, we know is where everything was. Basically, if you went Ice Cave and then went Sky Palace, you got the entire set of everything you wanted for this season.
Yeah, that that puts you in go mode right there and in. Well, exactly about.
Blastoid now getting his second ribbon, or first ribbon apparently for him, and a katana he can't use.
Crabcakes is at the area. Everyone, bring out your blessed RNGs for if she's ever to face war.
She has good swords at this point. She's got that Maza. She has all the spells she could ever possibly want here. She's got mages out the wazoo, too. At this point, it's just pick the right battles, because she's level 33 on both her mates, level 34 on one. And there it is! The robot chicken again! Well, you can really see that the rebalance we did to the RNG for the enemies, that is really helping to get all the good stuff out now. That's 2 Warmechs this seed. Everyone loves seeing the Warmech.
Well, we got the last one in the same area.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if he brings out the Warmech.
She got some ruses and some locks going. Warmech comes out with an Ice 2. That's nothing against Ribboned Warriors. Gonna continue tempering that White Mage while White Mage comes out swinging with her katana. Mazamoon for 154. Another Ice 2 is going to blink off. Attack and a Temper. 6 hits for 761. That's what you want to see. 32 grand on there. Bumps her characters up to 36 and 35 respectively. And then a single fighter comes out. Wow, man, you showed up to the wrong party.
Yep, pretty much.
Now we're hoping for some Bless RNGs here for a Warmech on Blastoid. Can we go 3 for 3? Those are airs. That's not what we're looking for. He's gonna take it, though. Meanwhile, in the background, Cheesinator is our 3rd place finisher on the IRC, with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 32 minutes, 24 seconds. GG's Cheesinator. Braxstrat takes out Tiamat. Tiamat is down for Crabcakes. That makes her 3rd orb lit. Now we're just waiting to see what happens with Blastoid and his amusingly Bowser version of Tiamat. So Crabcakes is heading her way over to Lich, gonna go get her 4th orb lit in short order. Meanwhile, still plinking away there against Bowser Tiamat. And Burt Reynolds, too, is over here in Sky Palace, gonna do his play for whatever items might be missing.
Well, he's in Mirage. Soon to be Sky. But doesn't matter how you call it, you know?
The 2 basement floors of Sky Palace. It's all one palace.
Very true.
Cloud Castle.
Yeah, I would have to say that'd be the best way to describe the thing. Describe the.
Yeah, if we're gonna go with the Castlevania terminology there, then Cloud Palace is the way to call that one. Cloud Castle.
Yeah, I agree.
I like it. Sounds good. So Crabcakes is down on the vampire floor, making her way through. So Blastoid is not far behind.
And now we have Burt Reynolds in the Sky Palace.
Meanwhile, we have more runners in the background that are apparently deep into Topher. We will give you updates when they cross the finish line. But her,
Burt Reynolds,
I love it. I was gonna say, I love it right now. Crabcakes is high enough level that things are running from her White Mage. Her level 36 White Mage. Ah, the tank.
Yeah, and Dingle got his first ribbon in the exact place where he first enters Sky Palace. But
Oh man, I hadn't seen that before. The mummies are hitting the crack right there. Crack mummies. You don't want to see that. They show up in packs. They're lucky they didn't deal with that before.
Yeah, that is pretty nasty compared to the toxic Sahagins. So both of them are pretty nasty.
We got some discussion in chat from the winners so far of this seed, discussing whether or not Crab Cakes' party is a for real party or if she's just like challenge seed memeing right now. Spellzap seems to think that she's actually going to be playing this party like this. It's an interesting take.
Ouch. Well, not that bad at least on Crab Cake's side.
She's doing well so far right now.
Yeah.
So we got Lichful. That's a very pretty Lich she has right there. And immediately zapped to the 4th dimension. Lich is gone. Disrespected, and like that, Crab Cakes has 4 on the board. She is ready to go to Topher.
Yep. And we'll see how she does against the second versions of the 4 Fiends and Chaos. And now she's getting ready, going for the loot. So now since she's got the loot, she's ready. She's ready.
She thankfully remembered that loot, so she didn't have to worry about it later. She would have figured it out pretty quick.
Very true.
So at 1 hour, 36 minutes, and 44 seconds, Crab Cakes is our second... Oh, and then she's back up. So let's do that again. 1 hour, 36 minutes, 52 seconds. There we go. Crab Cakes is our second runner to enter the Temple of Fiends Revisited on stream, and immediately gets jumped by some slugs. So she's making her dive, gonna make her way down. Elastoid, meanwhile, is apparently already done with his stuff. He should be following right behind her, and it could be a very good race for second on stream. I am interested in this to see how it all plays out. I also note that Ale Markin in the upper right corner is keeping track of all the people who passed the finish line. Very nice people.
And Elastoid is actually making a pretty good check.
Yeah, he's got the time. He wants to make sure he gets his spells out of the way. Heal 3 is a nice pickup if you have the ability to have it. So, and I mean, you got spell charges on your knight, you may as well use them.
Yeah, very true. He's going... Now he's putting life and wall on his knight.
CC is 1 floor below where Lich is lurking. She will soon be on the earth floor. Lastoid, meanwhile, hitting the water for a second. It's not that kind of shit, man. The woke boat. Can't take it in the water. There we go. Does a reset. Burn off some enemies. Hitting the orb. Going in at 1 hour, 38 minutes, 34 seconds. Elastoid is the 3rd player on stream to enter the Temple of Fiends.
Yeah, and Bert took out Tiamat 1 with a bang. So the wind orb is lit.
Off stream, Asher Wells is our 4th player to make it through the Temple of Fiends. He has finished with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 39 minutes and 6 seconds. GG's to Asher Wells.
And we got Bert heading at the volcano and going straight down the cave.
Crab Kicks, meanwhile, is trying to take out... Ooh! Trying to take out Lich. Lich having none of that. Doesn't get zapped this time around. Does get wiped down by the Mazamoon, but not before he introduced that Black Mage to just a little bit of crack right there.
Yeah, and that's a big wipe.
And that was through a ribbon too, no less. So that was a painful little crack right there. Off stream, Sho Fukumachi is our 5th player to make it through the Temple of Fiends. Official SRL time of 1 hour, 39 minutes, 52 seconds. GG's to Sho Fukumachi. Crabcake's making her way through the volcano floor of Temple of Fiends. Elastoid, meanwhile, is 1 floor beneath the Lich, 2 floors beneath Crabcake's. And Burt Reynolds is making his quick dive into Volcano so he can finish out this seed, trying to get Carrie 1 out of the way. So after a slow start, it looks like all of our players are finally lining up. We should, within short order, see all of them in Temple of Fiends, and on their way through to the Chaos at the end. Off stream, Salty Fry is our 6th place finisher, having made it to the Temple of Fiends with official SOL time of 1 hour, 41 minutes, 1 hour, 41 minutes, and 11 seconds. GG's to Salty Fry, and good to see you back and playing with us again after taking a small break off after the last year's tournaments. GG's to Salty Fry. Crabcakes is up against Carrie, once again, there are 2 characters, well, 1 character right now, once again, up against. Crabcakes makes it through with 20 health. That's a clench moment right there. But she makes it through, and she's still alive. And all those white mage charges coming in handy as she's continuing down onto the seafloor.
And Burt Reynolds is now in Earth Cave, heading towards Lich to take him.
Yeah, he is 1 fiend away from being able to Temple of Fiends. Meanwhile, Elastoid is past the speed bump of Lich, the cracky speed bump, cracks in his asphalt. He will be moving on towards Carrie shortly. Crabcakes has taken out those waters, getting a little more experience. Over 8,000 experience for her. She is going to be nice and beefy by the time she gets the Kraken. Gets jumped by the next set of waters, trying to get away. Thankfully, she has those Ice 3 charges she's not going to be using for much else. There's Elastoid taking out Team Rocket 2 right there. Vampire's down on Bert's side. He is halfway towards Lich.
And X-Ice just got knocked down by a rock.
Ouch. Still, Carry 2 is down. There's 1 more that he doesn't have to worry about. Crabcake's gonna try and make it past Kraken here. This is gonna be an interesting fight.
Yeah, I can see that.
Trying for the fast, trying for a ruse. Fast comes out. Ruse comes out, good turn order. Kraken comes out swinging. There goes that Black Mage. Hope you didn't want any more tempering, because you're not gonna get it. Another ruse. Another whack. She is safe. Not even just gonna do invises now and try and save those ruse charges for later, just in case. And now she comes out swinging. Nuclear, but it's plinks off. 6 hits for 321 from a previous round. Another 6 hits for 384. Kraken probably only had about 750 health. White Mage has made it through. That is 1 more fiend out of the way, and she is on her way to Tiamat 2 now. Nicely done. Blastoid, meanwhile, is heading on his way towards Kraken 2.
Yeah, that one it isn't really fun having 4 rock arms getting up on the white with
Yeah.
first turn.
I mean, that's why she has her up front with the opal bracelet. That's what you want, but still, not fun. So, Tia 2. Fast comes out, Ruse comes out. Tia comes out swinging, does 147. That's not too terrible yet. Gotta try and get a temper going. Gotta do another ruse. Or a lock, actually, my bad. Lock and ruse. She menu's so fast it's hard to keep up. Tiamat really isn't hitting that hard, which is nice to see. Gonna continue locking. Gonna do a heal 3 to try and keep her party alive a little longer. Heal 3 bumps out. Replenish that health. Rub comes out, does nothing. Gotta temper. Gotta fight. Gotta take this to the man. Come on, you can do this. Meanwhile, Bert is now in the Temple of Fiends as well at 1 hour 43 minutes.
And the last story just finished off. Honda, aka Kraken 2, is now going after Tiamat, who happens to be Bowser.
Yes, so we have two party members in the same fight. But right now, it's just a matter of plink away and hope that you'll get banged through a ribbon or something. Or, like, critical hit. But it looks like this white mage is doing the business. There it goes. That final hit of 6 hits for 924. Crabcakes has made it through Tiamat. All she needs to do now is survive that nasty, nasty chaos. Although she gets jumped by some worms. There we go. Come on, Crabcakes, you got this. Be the hero of our hearts.
Bowser relating too? How was all that bad?
Well, Asteroid is really nipping at her heels now, too. His 3 party members are able to do the damage out just a little faster. Crabcakes is at Chaos, going to take her standard strategy, trying to ruse and fast and get everything going so that her white mage can do the business. Meanwhile, Ragnarok off stream was her 7th place player through the Temple of Fiends Revisited. 1 hour, 46 minutes, 10 seconds, official SRL time. GG's to Ragnarok. Crabcakes is locked up. Come on, Crabcakes, come back to us. Oh, PowerPoint slideshow. There we go.
Now, on the lesser side, let's see what Chaos is actually the sprite for. Or, the sprite for Chaos.
She is continuing to buff here. Chaos is Hans Gruber.
Ooh,
I like it.
that is a fine one.
That's very funny. Probably from the Die Hard game that they have on the NES. That's what they're using today. So Crabcakes is whacking away at this point, just hoping that no nasty spells come out, and she can continue plinking against the Chaos. The Chaos. 6 hits for 515. Oh, no, no! Crabcakes, where'd you go? Crabcakes, no! Crab! Well, that was sudden. Okay, well, I guess it's fine to announce at this point that Crabcakes has finished in 8th place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 47 minutes, and 16 seconds. I don't think we're gonna get her stream back, but GG's to her. Hopefully everything worked out there. As they say in chat, Zoe hit so hard she broke the internet. Meanwhile, Blastoise is finishing up his battle with Chaos. Gonna hope that this one goes as well as Crabcakes did, but you know, stay online.
Hey, yeah, Gruber just took out Edge real quick.
Woo! There we go. Now 5:55 at the end. Hans Gruber is down. Elastoid has finished in 9th place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 48 minutes, 7 seconds. GG's to Elastoid. So all we are watching at this point is Bert, who is working his way through the Fire Cave now. Fire Cave floor of the Temple of Fiends. In short order, we could be good to go. Now, those of you looking for an interview from Crabcakes, Crabcakes does not prefer to be interviewed, but if she's available, she'll come and hang out with us in the text chat. So, GG's to Crabcakes. Meanwhile, I will go see if the last one would like to join this one. Come on, Bert, you can do this. You got this, man. So this has been a fun seed here, Captain. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought it would be a death trap, but I guess I was a bit wrong on this.
So
I
while
will
Bert's
admit.
finishing up, I'll remind everyone, make sure you give our runners a follow: Crabcakes, Ale Martin, Elastoid, and Burt Reynolds. Of course, you can also follow the team behind the scenes making all this happen to you. Myself, Darkmoon EX, Darkmoon Firelight on Twitch. We have Cat Nerd 2, Dangwoo, and Woat. Support everyone here, support Randomania, all of their host of channels that made all this possible. And then while you're at it, maybe come join the Discord. We've got great stuff going on fun seats for you to play during the week. We've got specials here on Randomania and Speed Gaming. Thursdays here on Randomania, Tuesdays on Speed Gaming. And we have our spring tournament coming up that you can be a part of. Come join the fun, be a part of the spring tournament, see all this great action. Live your life through Final Fantasy Randomizer.
And if you usually have trouble with some the seeds and all that, you could talk with the staff or any member who knows about the randomizer, and they'll show you a few things you might need to know.
Oof! Short order, 2 of his Burt Reynolds' Black Wizards were knocked down by a high roll nuclear. Back to back.
Yeah, that was ugly.
That was ugly. Still, thankfully, Kraken was low health, so he managed to get through it, get his Black Mages back up, but he's gonna have to spend some time using resources healing them. That hurts.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Even I wouldn't be in the way for that one. Granted, I've faced a lot of nuclears when I ran races. It was never pretty for me. Now we got Burnt Rails going to win 2 if face Tiamat 2. Oh! Tiamat with a rub to Spiky, knocking him down. Ouch!
Is that in the last story? Yes.
Good game, my last story.
GG, sir.
Well, I don't know if I'd say that, but I got it done, didn't I?
You got it done, and that's what mattered. Tell us about your round.
Yeah.
Tell us about your seed. How'd you feel about that?
Well, I gambled on that crown, and I was wrong. Which is fine. Wiped in Volcano to carry. Well, to Team Rocket, which is even worse than wiping to carry. Because they stole my Pikachu. And then I wound up wiping in Sea Shrine just needlessly because I didn't respect the lobsters until it was way too late.
Those lobsters were worth your respect. We'll come back and check in with you again in just a second, but right now we've got Burt Reynolds on his Chaos fight. I want to give that its proper due. So he's getting his buffs out, getting ready to roll on this Chaos. Trying to decide what he wants to do for his last cast. Doesn't have any nukes though, so he's got to pick something else. Going with a Lit 3 from the looks of it. Lit 2 comes out, wipes those 2 Black Mages. Unfortunately, all those buffs they were going to try and get out are for naught. Fighter comes out with the Black Power Gauntlet, and then the Red Mage comes out with the Lit 3 and decides that swinging is just better. Chaos whacks for 180. Chaos has fast. Ouch, that's not going to be pretty. Lit 3 comes out from the Red Mage. Fighter comes out swinging for 5 hits for 246. Slow 2 misses on the Red Mage, not that it would have mattered. Lit 3, and then another swing. 5 hits for 312. Slowly plinking down. I know this Chaos didn't have a ton of health, but ooh, a big hit from Chaos right there puts the fighter on his knees. One more like that, and that fighter is gone. Hope for good turn order. Fighter comes out swinging. Hero 4 comes out. Oh, you saved right there. Another round of swinging. Lit 3 comes out, but at that point, that's blink damage. Doesn't really matter. Fighter swings out. 4 hits, 116. You could do better than that. Come on, man. And then we lose Bird as well. What the heck has happened?
Oh,
Bird, come back!
We
were in it! We were in it!
Dang!
Oh,
That
man.
was a mess.
Alright, well,
Oh,
I will just
no.
report then that at 1 hour, 54 minutes, and 20 seconds, Burt Reynolds is our our 10th place finisher through the Temple of Fiends. GG's to Burt Reynolds. Hopefully we can find out why
my...
our streams cut like that. But that was weird. But we'll see if we can get him in for an interview. So, Blastoid, as you were saying,
I was just gonna say, I think I got all of my connection issues out of the way early.
Yeah, you did. A couple early drops, and you were able to hang out through the rest of it afterwards.
Yeah, it got to the point where it's like, I don't want to have to stop running to reset a modem, but I guess that's where I am.
Yeah.
So, I ran upstairs real quick and took care of that.
Yeah, you know what they say. It's always best to take care of it before it gets.
Well, I mean, it's important to keep in mind the physical aspect of playing Final Fantasy Randomizer. I mean, people don't really give it enough credit, but the running up the stairs, the running down the stairs, that can wind you, and that takes real dedication.
Oh yeah. Totally. You got to run up and down those stairs. What, like 64 times? Got to really get your exercise.
If I had to go upstairs for that route or anymore, I would have warped to chaos by mistake.
Okay, so you're our last runner right here. We're about 2 hours in right now. So let's see, like, how did you feel about this seed? Let's get your final thoughts here before we start wrapping things up. Was there anything that you really appreciated or hated? Anything about this seed that makes you think twice about, like, what do you got going?
I like these flag sets. I feel like, I mean, I personally obviously have a lot to work on, particularly with the early game, but I don't think that these flag sets come off as particularly unfair, or any sort of problem like that. It does suck if you, like, when the one key item is loose and it becomes an issue of, like, where is it loose? That can be a little bit frustrating, but I mean, you're going to wind up digging for stuff anyway, so I just really like these flag sets. I think this seed was a fairly good representation of how you can expect it to go. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this tournament.
I was just going to ask if you were looking forward to it. So that's good to hear. Yeah, it was very enjoyable to watch. It was a fun time. Glad you enjoyed it.
I'm sure it was pretty wacky watching my stream. But do you have any sad trombone like sound clips to play over when I wipe?
We felt for you when we realized that you'd skipped out on the bottom of ice and that you were going to have to go back. That honestly, that probably put you back by a good 5 minutes or so. But you made up for it in the end. You caught up to crab cakes.
That put me down, but I didn't dive marsh. I would rather re-dive Ice Cave than dive Marsh. That was just not gonna happen.
100%.
And either way, I was never gonna be able to complete Ice Cave safely at the level that I was at. It turned out that it didn't have a whole bunch, but it could easily have wiped me. So I feel like I was gonna warp out of there no matter what. That's why I was saving my spell charges.
I get you.
Very smart move too.
Well, last
didn't play off, but
Ale,
right.
Anything further you want to say?
Well, just thanks everybody. Thank you the commentary and to the crew trackers and all that. And there's still plenty of time to join the tournament if anybody is thinking of doing this. If they've been inspired, if they've seen me and gone, I can beat that guy. You're right. Go ahead and join. Someone will probably put the link down there for you.
You can
always room for more people in tournament.
Links are in the chat, and you can also, of course, at any time go to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com and see all the access and all the information you can ever possibly need to join our community. Ale, you got anything?
No, just kind of echoing what Elastoid said. Tournament signups just opened up this week, so I mean, if you like what you see and you want to be part of it, it's not only a veteran tournament; it's for new players as well. Get your feet wet, kind of see where you fall, get some experience with the randomizer. Past that, thank you to you, Dark Moon. Thank you, Kevin, for doing comms. Not sure who's doing tracker on the back end, but I'm going to thank you as well. I think it was Woat.
Woat and then Dangwoo is our restreamer. Thanks to both of them. Make sure to give our runners a follow. Make sure to give our whole crew a follow. And of course, Randomania for hosting us. Make sure to give them a follow as well. Any final thoughts, Captain Nerd, before we head out?
Honestly, I think this seed was pretty much a bit more fun and could be more challenging in the future.
I'm looking forward to that. So with that, I'm going to bid... Yes?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Go.
I might be joining the tournament again this year.
I think you should. I think everyone out there should come join our tournament and make it a real blast of a time. It's going to be good.
Yeah, because I'm going to try to repolish my skills and try to get back. Anyway,
Sounds like a good plan.
Anyway, go ahead and...
All right. So with that, I'm gonna thank everyone here, everyone in chat, everyone watching out there in TV land. From Randomania 2, I'm gonna bid everyone a big Final Fantasy good night, and we will see you next time.